Hello there. Last week I did a blog post featuring this lovely card which was about sharing the colours of autumn or fall, and this is an open book card, and in the post I said that I would make a video to show you how I created this card. So this is the card I'm here to show you. It's pretty easy. There's the panel at the back. It folds flat to post, okay, but it has this great little interactive element and dynamic element to that makes it pretty exciting. I've tried to make my card this time a masculine card. There's someone I'd like to give a special birthday card to for his birthday, and this is for him. Okay, I have a list of the measurements of the cardstock here with me, and I will also have a photo at the end of this piece of paper so that you can use it. Okay, I'm using Welcoming Woods for my stamp set of choice for my card here, and the colours I'm using are Basic Black, Shaded Spruce, Pale Papaya, some Very Vanilla, and Cajun Craze. Alright, here's all my bits and pieces that I've already cut out for you. So, it looks a bit chaotic, doesn't it? I'll put my tree aside. I'll talk about that later on. That's for the greeting there, so I'll just pop that one aside. Okay, there are lots of bits and pieces, but really it's not a tricky card. Just need to have lots of bits and pieces. There's your window sheet. That is the bit that creates that gorgeous little animated suspended piece at the top. Alright, so the basic card is your standard card size. So for me that's 10.5 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres. That's the basic card. And then on the back of it I've got a Shaded Spruce and Very Vanilla for the writing panel. Okay, each just a little bit smaller than the previous layer. So that's the back. And then for the construction of the card you've got another piece that's slightly smaller than your basic card size, and it is scored in half, okay, to create the book. And for that one you need some embellishments to create your pages. Okay, so my piece here is 12 centimetres long, which means it's exactly 6 centimetres to score in half by the same width as your basic card. Okay, so that's the book element there. So there's your writing panel, your book element, and the rest of this is all about the construction. So in between the basic card and the book element is this little bendy piece which allows it to move. So you need two pieces of that, and it doesn't really matter how big they are. Mine just happens to be 5 centimetres wide, which is about 2 inches, and then I've made mine 12 centimetres long, which is approximately 4 3/4 inches, but then just fold it in half and in half again. Okay, so that's scored 3 times so that it's in quarters. Okay, and you need 2 of them for each side of your card. And then these pieces are just the decorative elements on the bottom of your card, and then I've got a couple of bits to stamp inside there. So let's start with the construction of our card. The first thing we need to do, I'll put my stamping pieces away there, is to find halfway of here, approximately halfway. So you can use a ruler and pen. So halfway for me, 14.5 is about 7 1/4. I'm just going to put a mark down there. You're not going to see it at all, but it's just to create it, and I'm not sure whether you can see it black on black, but I can see the shine there. So the first step we're going to do is to put in our little bouncy elements. So I'm going to use my seal, 1, 2, and I'll just fold that in half so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm just going to approximately put that about the center on the right side of my mark, and then the same with the other one. Fold that in half so I can see what I'm doing and put that, line it up with the other one, and there we go, we've got those pieces. Now I'm going to put my shaded spruce just over the top of that to hide my construction there and give it a nice finish. So pop that in the middle, right in the center, and then move you out of the way. I'll leave my stamping panels and stick them on later. So there's the other one on the other side, nice little border around it, and the other one on the other side here. Oh, I've run out. Of course I've run out. I didn't even look at that before. Okay. And there's the other one. Okay, so there's your base. Done. All right. Then the next part is to place our book on. All right. So I'm just going to put adhesive here on that quarter there. Fold my book in half. I don't need to worry about that one just yet. And line it up exactly. And just put it just over the edge there, so the spine of the book is right in the center. Okay, and then the other one, and fold your book open. There you go. That's that part of the card done. Okay, there's the construction there. So you've got your little elbows and your book right in the middle. And while I'm doing this construction piece, I'll put my window sheet in as well. So this window sheet is just a little bit shorter than the length on those score lines, just a little bit shorter than the length of the book. So this pulls it up to create that lovely fold. So I've scored that. Okay, so just measured a little bit shorter and then added a little bit for my tabs. And I am going to use tear and tape for these ones because it's stronger. I'll put 2 pieces of tear and tape on each end there. And pull off the backing pieces. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, I'll line that up with my edge, approximately about the middle, and on the edge on this side, making sure it's straight. Oops, sorry if I shoved my head in there, I apologise for that. Okay, so that holds your page up, and I'll just cover that up with my shaded spruce while we're doing the construction, leaving a little tiny border there, one side and the other. Put them out of the way for you there, and then this one here. Okay, there we go. It's looking pretty great now, isn't it? While I'm sticking down my shaded spruce, I'll pop my panel on for the back and just give myself a little bit of a border. Rightio. So there's the basic construction done. Can you see how that is done there? Now we're on to the embellishment and the decoration of this particular card. So I have my back panel, my writing panel, my 2 pieces here for those front bits there, and then these 2 pieces for the pages behind that you can see there. Okay, rightio. I'll just get a bit of scratch paper in here, cover my surface. I'm using Cajun Craze ink to stamp my trees. I love this stamp set. I think it is just so versatile, and the fonts for the greetings are spectacular. Just beautiful. Okay. I did too much on that one. Luckily it's double-sided. My goodness, I forgot it was the writing panel, so I just need a little bit on the edge. And rather than waste my stamping ink, I'll use one of my front panels on the side so that I stamp both at once. Okay, so there's that panel, and then on the other edge of my writing panel, and here we go. And then I'll do my side strips just there. There we go. There's my trees completely stamped. And next I'll stamp some leaves on all of my people. I'll do the pale papaya first because it's a lighter colour for the leaves. There we go, there's those two done. And then on the sides of my writing panel as well. While I've got my pale papaya there, I'm just going to stamp on my two panels here just some extra happy birthdays, just like the trees are whispering happy birthday to you. There we go. And then I'll just leave that. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of colour just to the edges using my blending brush. Give it that lovely autumn feel. It's actually spring here at the moment. There we go. And then a little bit on the edges of my writing pad. It's just a very soft bit of colour just to soften the whole image. There we go, on the writing panel, and my two little side pieces here. And last of all, we'll do some stamping with the shaded spruce. Some more leaves. Okay, those two are complete. And then my leaves here on these two. Ah, these leaves are so pretty. Okay. And we'll stamp my happy birthday as well. Look at this beautiful script font. Okay. Happy birthday. And then another happy birthday on the writing panel. Happy birthday. There we go. That's all the stamping complete. Put those away. There. Okay, now let's stick some of these bits and pieces on to make our card look more like a book. I'll bring that back in again in case you want to have a look at that. Okay, start with these little guys first. They go on the side edges under here. 1 and 2. Okay, and then my 2 panels up here. Happy birthday. Make sure that it's up the right way. Oh look, a recycled piece of cardstock. And that one. Okay, flip it over and we'll do the writing panel on the back. There we go. And then the last thing is our embellishment for the tree. And for this I'm using the Beautiful Trees dies from the Beauty of the Earth suite, and I've die cut the tree trunk and branches from the Cajun Craze. Just gently bend all that so that it just pops out by bending the cardstock. Makes it softer and more pliable. There we are. One more. Okay. There's the tree trunk. And the leaves. Here's my little brush to pop that out of my dies there. Okay, bend my cardstock again, make it a bit more flexible so it lets go of those pieces. There we are. Got them all? Okay. And I need my piece of paper back here again because we're going to stamp a few of the shaded spruce leaves on our tree. I have to find places where the cardstock is not cut away. There we go. Just a couple. All right. Now to pop this one, which is exactly the right width, and this one onto our project there. So what I'm going to do is put them upside down on my card so I can see where to place my adhesive. Okay, so put adhesive over all this bit that is going to be glued to the window sheet. Alright, flip that over, line that up, and hold that down for a bit while the glue dries, just for a minute or two. Okay. Alright, that seems to be better. Okay, and then we've got our little happy birthday. Just going to put a couple of little flag ends on it by just chopping into the end right in the center and each of the corners to the center. Create my little flags and then just distress that cardstock a little bit so that it goes softer, so I can create a nice soft banner. And I'll put a mini glue dot at each end of that. And pop that on my tree. Happy birthday. Now this is the sort of card you would give to someone in person rather than post it. If you did post it, you'd have to add extra postage, even though it does fold flat for your envelope. There you go. What do you think of that? I think that looks amazing. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll have a go creating a lovely open book card soon. Bye bye now.